As of this morning, summer officially over. It's time for autumn football, and we're underway on EA Sports. And no run back on the opening kickoff. It'll come out 2-25. On first down, Rudd. This one complete to Jerry Jeudy. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. Well, this defense for the Raiders, very strong last week as they helped their squad improve to 2-0 on the young season.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
When the offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
And his throw here's incomplete.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
Here's the first carry for Austin Ekeler. And his first carry, he loses the football. And the Raiders have recovered. Mayfield now after the fumble recovery. Wide open, it's Marshall complete. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15.
I know we just saw a nice throwing catch, but how about the big guys up front buying that time? Yeah, that's exactly what they did. They created time and allowed the space to happen, and it turned into a really nice play.
They go play action. Mayfield. And that is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Terrace Marshall. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Raiders on just 2 plays have taken the lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. He's got to clear his mind a little bit right now. 1 carry, and that carry was a lost fumble.
Clear his mind, clear his hands, and just let this one go. Sometimes it happens. You drop the ball. Got a full game ahead of him. Hand it to him again. See if they can start to produce.
A throw left side to start the drive is complete. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. A gain of... Six there on first. Working with his 2nd and 4. Looking to throw. Rudd. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. This is taken at the 18. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. 2nd drive of the game coming up for this Las Vegas offense. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
CD, with that last pass, he joined a group of about 50 other men that are over 30,000 career passing yards. So, look, he's not at the top, but that's pretty good company.
Yeah, it's not the most exclusive fraternity in the NFL, but it's a pretty good one, isn't it? You still have to put some numbers up in order to get in, okay? The secret knock is still there. How about him getting it done? Proud of it. Well, it's almost as if they didn't leave the field after their first drive. They picked right up where they left off. Another good throw there. And this offense, humming here in the early going.
Meanwhile, Mayfield's throw pulled in by Marshall. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
That's the third time on this drive that these two have connected with each other. They've got a real rapport going. And right now, it's paying off with big chunks of yardage, as shown by that last play.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. That is the first time that they've targeted him that he has not come down with a catch.
He's caught everything that's been thrown his way. A dominant pass receiver that can break down any defense because when he's doing that kind of work.
That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points. No matter what, at worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Mullen. That was just one of those interceptions from our perspective here. We got a good view at the 50-yard line mid-level that quarterback and receiver were not on the same page. Just
by his reaction, I'm talking about the quarterback, he expected something different from his receiver, whether he expected him to break in, out, deeper, shorter. They'll determine that on the sideline. But bottom line, you could see that he thought he'd be in a different spot, except the defender was not his intended target.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Play fake. Mayfield. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
Yeah, good game catch the ball in the backfield a week ago. And they're going to try and involve him in that way in this game as well. But you can tell scouting is taking over. They're making it a little bit more difficult.
Yeah, defensively, they told us, hey, we've got to take him out of the passing game, limit it to just short runs, because he can really impact this offense. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Now Mayfield. And Waller taking it in over the middle. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line.
Come on, baby. Let's go. And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
They'll try to run with McCaffrey. And he gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4. The numbers for McCaffrey last week. North of 100-yard touchdown. It's complete. Terrace Marshall with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Raiders have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. Broncos, nothing. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Now this Broncos offensive unit ready to head back out onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Looking to throw on second down. Rudd. And down he goes. Brought down a Raider sack. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's third down. Back to throw. Rudd. And that is incomplete. That makes them now 0 for 2 here in the first quarter on third down conversions.
And now they'll look to their defense because they need them to step up so they don't fall further behind here in the early going.
This is taken at the 18. They'll call that a 61-yard punt. He got all of that one. And possession will switch hands, first and 10. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They've got things going their way early. 14-0 lead and the football. First and 10. Sliding out of the pocket. And that's complete to the right side. It's Marshall. And he's finally taken down, and it's a big gain there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up first and 10. Past the 20, 10, and all the way down to the 5.
That's where we are.
It's a big play there for Vegas.
This defense is definitely reeling a little. Bit now, back-to-back big plays given up, and you know what's all defenses talk about. How do you limit that? Instead, they got hit by a 1-2 punch those last couple of plays, and now they've got their backs to the goal line.
They stopped short, down at the 1. Had the great move, but couldn't get it all the way home. A good pickup there, 7 yards, and it's going to be second and goal now. That's what they wanted out of that first down play. Run it down there. Now they're knocking on the door. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Christian McCaffrey. His third touchdown now on the year. And the Raiders add on to their lead. So it was the passing game that got him down here, but closer to the goal line, it's the running game that gets him home.
Certainly appears that they lulled the defense into thinking that the passing game was going to be it the entire drive. Nice change up there going to the running game to get them over the goal line.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And it's now 21-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And the mile-high air in full effect as that's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here again comes the captain of this offense leading his crew back out there now. In second quarter, they're down big already. He's struggling as well. They've got to find something here. He's got to find something on this drive.
And sometimes you take on all that extra pressure on yourself, and maybe you have to disperse it a little bit. Lean on some other people, lean on your teammates, find someone who can take the pressure off and get the ball in their hands for a while.
Or this, if he doesn't, this is getting out of hand, or it could get worse. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. Max Crosby picks up his second sack of the afternoon. These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles, and that front seven defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance. They've got to get the ball out of his hands a lot quicker.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
Running on first down, Eckler. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. Touchdown Broncos. KJ Hamler, 45 yards. And the Broncos get a bit closer. I don't think there's anyone who could possibly doubt how fast he could run on the open field. But if there were, he silenced those thoughts there.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
Taken at the goal line. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Out comes Christian McCaffrey with the rest of the offense. And no doubt he's come out of the gate strong, only in week 3, and you see the numbers thus far.
And we always talk about identity, setting a tone, you know, getting the groundwork laid for the season or for a game. And that's what they've done with the running game so far. It reminds me of when I first went to the University of Tennessee. And believe it or not, I was a quarterback for a day and a half. And the first practice session, the first play we ran was 28 pitch, which is a toss sweep. And I remember the offense coordinator saying, that's our identity. That's our bread and butter. That's the basis of our offense. We got to get that down right here, right now. I think we're seeing some of that in this running game here.
So did you not get that down, and that's why you were moved to the defense, or what?
I don't know for that reason, but I do know I saw a couple of guys throw, and immediately they were saying, you know, you need to learn how to backpedal.
Hey, you turn into a heck of a DB, though, partner. Play action now. Here's Mayfield. Throw left side complete. That's Cooper. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he's got the first down yardage there as he takes it just across midfield. 41 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And then the next breath they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up first downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth, yes, and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, Mayfield. And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey. And they stop him up short of the first down as they get him at about the 43. Fourth down, Mayfield. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And, a little spin cycle. Room to run now. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line.
A gain of 33 yards on the play. And their regular first down.
So now following the big play, they've got a first and goal all the way down at the 10. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off at the 14. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. 10. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. Now the try here for the extra point. It's up and good. This becomes a 21-14 ball game now. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. Fielded just outside the goal line. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
Here we go. Here we go.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And they've got just under 50 seconds, so time enough to try to work their way downfield if they so choose. And Mayfield again with the interception, his third. Picked off at the 28, and he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. Extra point splits the uprights, and we are tied here in the second quarter. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Raider offense going to head out now late in this first half. And they've got a little under 40 seconds to go if they want to try to put something together here. Back to it after the pick six, Mayfield. Man open, that's Calvin Ridley. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. And now Mayfield on the bootleg, rolling to his left. And that is incomplete here. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. Actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
On 2nd and 10, Mayfield. Got a man, it's Darren Waller. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago, because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Flushed out right. Now Mayfield lost the football, but I think the Raiders are going to be able to hold on to it, yes. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So on second down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. Right hash, 37-yard attempt. So a good kick there, and they put the bow tie on it with 3 points.
And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that. But in the NFL, defenses are awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time. Be able to knock the ball through the post and take the throw.
By the way, I said bow tie. I meant just bow. Not
Either
the tie, but yeah.
Either way.
You got it.
I just went right past it.
Denver. Offense at the line, ready to go. And with 7 seconds remaining, not much time to really do anything. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. And we will skip the highlight show this week. Get right back to this Week 3 matchup. Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3? Baker Mayfield leads the offense out for their next possession. And it was somewhat of a strange first half. He threw 3 interceptions, yet you look at the scoreboard, they've got the lead.
So you know what I think he did at the half? He stood up in front of the team, especially in front of the defense, and said, thank you. Appreciate what you've done. You guys have picked me up in a big way. And guess what? I'm going to get back to being who I am, which is pretty darn good. Let's go play the second half.
Another run with McCaffrey on second down. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play, backwards a yard. Mayfield. And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll give it up to McCaffrey. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. 51 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. That one good for 13 and a Raider first down. Well, that'll help the old passing stats. Remember, it was a pop pass, so it's not a wide receiver run there, Charles.
Well, I like the way that you scored it, and that's exactly how it goes into the books. But remember, he's had success throwing the ball the standard way in this game. And here, this little tap pass, it goes for good yardage, a little something extra in his repertoire.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. On the option, this is Mayfield. And a good gain here of 9 from the 19 down to the 10.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive. Because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Here's 2nd and a yard. This is McCaffrey on the give. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Well, it's apparent the defense understands the situation. They have to keep them out of the end zone here. That's a great start by them. A loss on that play. Can they force them into a field goal attempt and still give their offense?
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Christian McCaffrey with his 2nd touchdown. Game 4th of the year. And the Raiders take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Oh, I was just about to say he hadn't missed an extra point all season, but there it is. His first miss, no good. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tackle and see what you did on the last drive. When you score points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Now left side on the swing pass. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Well, sometimes it's hard to take your eyes off this guy at the linebacker position. He can really cover some ground, and he did there to make that play. Here's Mayfield. And that is caught. It's Ridley. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. Throw right side, caught by Ridley. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
So the illegal forward pass also cost him a down, and now it's 2nd and long. McCaffrey following the penalty. He doesn't find a ton of space following the display of quick feet down just inside the 45. As we get late in this one, is altitude a factor for a visiting team in Denver? Is that something that's overplayed?
No, it's real, and I know a lot of the visiting teams like to downplay it because they don't want to get into the heads of their players, but you can't avoid it. As soon as you get to the locker room, you get to the stadium, they always post it in there. Welcome to Denver. Altitude 5,280 feet. The air is rare.
The kick by Carlson is good, and that will make this a 9-point lead. So that CD an important. Both offenses have been clicking in this one. A lot of points on the board. We'll see if that trend continues. Pistol, McCaffrey. Oh, no, he lost the football. But I think the Raiders are going to be able to hold on to it, yes. Could have been a costly mistake, but as it turns out, they keep possession.
You can't give away these types of opportunities in the red zone. And I'm sure that was flashing through his brain as the ball escaped his hands. Fortunately for him, able to get picked up by his team, fumble recovered. They still have an opportunity deep in the red zone.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Mayfield off the play fake. They'll roll him out right. And that will be caught, but out of the end zone, says the field judge. It's ruled incomplete. The Raiders on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. He's got the connection to Cooper. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
I thought they might take a shot down the field, but instead they ran a little drag route there. I think they were hoping he could catch it and run away from the defender. But a really good job keeping the play in front of them, and they force a fourth down.
So they elect to decline it.
And why not? It's just
both offenses have been clicking in this one. A lot of points on the board. We'll see if that trend continues. On 1st and 10, Mayfield. He's going to drop this down to McCaffrey. So he stopped for no gain. And that'll make it 2nd and 10.
as a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Give him 3 yards on the run there. That still leaves him with a difficult 3rd and 8 coming up. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. Good footwork at the 30. And he's taken down inside the 30. 79 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up first and... They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop. 1:50 left in the football game. 5 yards remain on 2nd down. So instead of running, Mayfield's going to throw it here. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Now the Broncos will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on 3rd down. Mayfield to throw. He's got a man. It's his fullback. And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6. Calling a gain of 6 on the play. And it'll be 4th down. They'll run for it. McCaffrey. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. Starting to look like this drive, it may be the final nail in the coffin.
Well, this is why you work out so hard, right? This is why you spend all that time in the offseason. This is why you have those OTAs and minicamps. For these scenarios, someone into the ground and secure a victory.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2. 2nd down. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3. Here's Mayfield. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. So this one a victory for the Las Vegas Raiders. And they were really helping.